This is my 1988, if I'm not mistaken, Ram 50. So this was imported to Canada by Mitsubishi for Dodge. At the moment, the interior is completely ripped apart. It smelt really bad in there, so I had to take it all apart to clean it, and I'm halfway through that. But my favorite part, imported for Dodge. Yeah. This is what we're working with under the hood. So I've gone through and I replaced the battery terminals because they were all corroded out. I replaced the coil pack as well as the resistor and was trying to get her going. She would start, sputter, and then die. So after a bit of digging around, I found some crap all up in the carburetor. So today we gotta rip this out, clean it, throw it back in, and hope that it's better and it actually runs. We're gonna start with spraying the piss out of it with brake cleaner and see if that helps. Well, I've messed around with it a bit, which was pretty much just me spraying it with brake clean and then blowing it out with air compressor. So I'm just gonna throw it back in and hope that I did something that will make it work better now. So well, I don't really have a lot of hope that that fixed the issue, but only one way to find out, right? Let me give her a little bit of gas. Yo! It did the thing. It ran for a second. Let me give her a little bit more gas. Just enough. And damn. Damn it. Every time. Let's get the booster cables. Uh-oh. I lost my key. Where'd I put my key? My key. It did not come with keys. Nothing. I don't think it's getting fuel. I mean, obviously it's not getting fuel because when I add fuel to it, she runs. That should be a lot. Probably too much. Let's see. I don't understand carburetors good enough. Let me let this battery charge for a second. I'll fiddle around with it a bit more. Fuck, of course I wasn't filming, but I got it! It don't quite sound right, but will it idle on its own? Nope, nope, nope. No, it will not. Yeah! Oh no! It don't run good, but it runs. Let me just check this oil, just see how it's looking. Ooh. Ooh, that don't look good. You know, it did not look like this before it ran. I think we should investigate this. That might be the cause of our problem. That looks like water. No! Uh-oh. Let's see what comes out of here. Ooh. That is not the color you want it to be. Oh no. Oh. Oh nah. Start digging in here. See if the head gasket's no good. Okay. What is under here? Man, look at all the moisture that's been sitting up there from all the coolant that was in there. Yeah, look at that. That is a blown head gasket. Maybe? Oh! Okay. Look at that. Rusty custy. Okay, we're gonna get this rad out of the way. This out of here. Today we are finally gonna take this head off and see what's going on underneath of there. First thing, this. We gotta get this off. All right. And, oh, there she goes. Head bolt time. Makes sense. I'm really hoping that I don't see a big crack in the head or a crack in the cylinder, or I mean, even warpage I would be okay with. If the head is warped, I could live with that. Let's pull these studs out of here. There it goes. Ooh. Okay, there she goes. Okay. Oh, we got TDC in the front. That's nice. What do we got under here? Yikes. Some custy dusty. I'm not necessarily seeing anything that screams this is where it was leaking from. Cylinder 1 still has a bunch of carbon buildup. Cylinder 2, she's a little wet in there. Okay. This one looks to me like it's gotten the most coolant to it because it's all partially cleaned there. And this one just looks fucking rusty. What is going on here? Okay, let me show you the bottom of the head. I'm not seeing any cracks, but yeah, cylinder 4 just does not look good. Oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Might have found our issue here. That, to me, does not look good. That's cylinder 4 over there. Because I'm not liking the looks of that, and I want to see what that cylinder is like. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. That does not want to go. I think we got a problem. I think this 4th cylinder is no good. I think it might or might not have completely seized up. That's what we're left with now. Motor that doesn't turn over, a head that's most likely shot. Man, this thing is a pile of shit. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is very depressing. The fact that it was running, and I got excited, and then I looked at the oil, and then everything just went downhill. Honestly, I might have to just start hunting for a parts truck or a new motor. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're in here today. We're gonna pull this motor out. Got the engine bay to make room for a different motor from something else I got my hands on. Yeah. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Colton, what the hell? That's a Toyota. That's not a Ram 50. Damn fucking right it is. This bad boy's got the 22 RE, some EFI 4-banger in there. And, if I can get in, a 5-speed manual. So we're gonna be taking everything. The motor, the trans, the wiring harness, and we're just gonna take it from here and drop it into the Ram 50. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is get this hood out of here. Oh, that works, whatever. Let's go this way and we'll put it behind the truck.
Behind the truck?
Behind the truck? Thank you. Okay, there we go. Damn, bro. All right. Get these big ass headers out of here. We've got everything disconnected from the motor and the trans. We're just about ready to grab the engine hoist and hoist her out. We're about to pull this hoe, about to pull the motor out. Let's hope it goes. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted.
Butter knife? What's there butter knife in here?
Why isn't there a butter knife in here? We're getting this thing out of here.
Oh, closing.
Uh-oh. Should have took that off first. It's falling. Damn, I hate this engine hoist. Continue.
It is slowly falling faster.
Yeah. I'm starting to care less and less. Oh, son of a bitch.
Keep going.
Why you bully? Why you bully?
Wait.
There we go. Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
This shit's more on an angle than an angle. The fucking shifter.
Oh, damn. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah, why did this have to do this to me here? Yeah, that's what's getting caught on there.
That dog just opened the door.
Fucking rusty.
There's no human in sight. Except for that dog. That dog just opened the door.
Okay. Ah, that sucked. Roll the truck back.
Yeah, I'm basically hitting the fan.
Oh, it's taking it with it. Okay, go up a bit more with this. Man, I hate this thing.
Yeah, me too.
Ah! Why you do that? You piece of shit.
I think he's French now.
Ah, oui, oui, shitty engine hoist. Ah, fuck. Oh, swag. Oh, no. Oh, bless. Oh, this is all the way back. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, whoa. That should be good. Hi, Kiramba.
I'm stronger than I expected.
We did it. It was really easy. We didn't struggle in the slightest. Don't even get that twisted, fam. Definitely.
Did not get more on the ground than the bucket.
Transmission fluid everywhere. All good.
Just minor.
Oh, that was a lot of work. Well, it's a new day in the shop, and I've been getting busy. I've got the Toyota truck pulled in to the shop. I got the motor and the trans from the Ram 50 sitting in the back, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. So for now, it sits in there. Oh man, I am not looking forward to the big puddle that's gonna be under this truck once all this snow and ice melts. We finally got snow like 2 days ago, and now everything's just cold and wet. We're gonna probably start with all the junk that we can pull off of this, try and pull this motor out. Oh shit, she's a bit of a squirter. All right, coolant draining. Intake off. Airbox out of here. Battery out of here. Coolant overflow. Deleted. The fuck? There we go. All right. Rad out of here. Grill out of here. Drive shafts. Deleted. Bruh. Ain't no way. Okay. One side. Okay. Holy schmolies. That's the bumper deleted. Definitely wasn't a massive pain in the ass. We are now at the point where we have finally got the transmission separated from the engine, and the engine is off of the motor mounts, and I'm ready to pull it. I spent probably 2 hours trying to get this transmission out underneath without touching the motor. Was just gonna do that first, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get it out far enough and down without popping the motor out. But, oh man, it's been a struggle, but we're just about here. So I am now gonna cut this rad support because I don't feel like working around it. Sawzall this motherfucker. Whoops. Smack the fuck out of the rad fan. Okay. Oh, I love Sawzalls. See, that makes things a lot easier. Let's get this engine out. Come on, come on. Ah, did not foresee this being an issue. Come on, there we go. Oh, just about. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, how am I gonna get to the other side? Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Okay, we're good. Oh, no, no, not that. Come on. Ooh. Oh, oh. Okay. Thank God. That was a whole ass process. Excuse me. Transmission out of here, because it is time for it to go. It has overstayed its welcome. Okay, what? Sorry, how am I supposed to take this transmission out? Oh, she's going. No, she's not. It continues to fight me. Okay. Well, now what? Oh, I'm scared. There's a transmission right above my head. Son of a bitch. It's too fat. Oh, now it's stuck under the jack. No, bruh. You know what? That's about right, you know? That was gentle enough. I hate this. Transmission. Finally out. Ah! But now comes the fun part, or the not so fun part, which is gonna be removing all of the wiring in here, probably some from the interior, as much as I need to run the truck. Well, I've got everything removed from the Toyota that we're gonna need. Gas tank, rad, exhaust, transmission, drive shafts. Don't mind that, that's for a neon. Engine, wiring harness, full engine harness, engine bay harness, and interior harness. Just so I can make this as simple as possible. We've got the ECU, ABS, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to use. Some grills that were from the truck. We've got the fender here. Yeah, so we're back here today. Let's go see how the Ram 50 is sitting. The Ram 50 is sitting out here. I took the box topper off of it because I was emptying out the box, so I have some room to store some stuff. And it looks so much better. Like, I don't know, comment down below what you guys think. Box topper or no box topper, but I think it looks so much better without the box topper. Pretty much since I've owned this truck, it's had a box topper on it. I think the second day I owned it, I threw the box topper on. Honestly, I think I like it without the box topper. Anyway, we gotta pull this thing into the garage. Wow, would you look at that? There's a 22 RE in my Ram 50. That's awesome. I was doing some test fitting here. Obviously the motor's just in here with the engine hoist. I was trying to see if I could fit this rad. I think it's gonna be a little close. That's the motor mount off of the Toyota. And then that's the motor mount off the Ram 50, the 2.6 there. So we have to make some type of adapter motor mount thing that's just gonna bring this forward a few inches to where that needs to be. But other than that, dude, she fits good. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the motor back out, then we're gonna take the valve cover off and see what it looks like underneath the valve cover and start doing more of an engine once over. And then while the engine's out, we'll throw the transmission back on it and try and fish and snake that into this engine bay all in one piece to try and see if it all is gonna work when it's all put together. So let me get this. There we go. Got that hoe out. Let's take this random little heat shield, maybe? I don't even know what that is. Off, pop the valve cover off, and let's see what it looks like under there. This side, not so much. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. Look at this. Nice and clean under here. 22R. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I don't know, I can't tell, but it doesn't look bad. Like, the cam looks beautiful. A little bit of wear, nothing crazy. End of the day, it looks pretty good. I guess we got nothing else to do now but to throw the transmission on it to try and hoist all of that in to the engine bay. There we go. A couple more of these. Motor, transmission, up in the air. Now let's try and test fit all this. Oh, my foot. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, no shot. Ooh. Yes, dude, let's go. It fits so good. It's pretty much like it's sitting in here under its own weight. Is it sitting on the oil pan? Yeah, definitely. Directly on the oil pan. But you know what? That's not my concern right now. Fits such a good amount of room between the firewall. Love that. We got nice even room on both sides in between the motor mounts. The best part, come in here real quick. The transmission lines up just about perfectly. Oh, look at that. It seems to, can this light stay on, please? Just kind of fit in this transmission tunnel area. I might need to do a little bit of clearancing, but for the most part, it actually kind of fits. This is crazy. So I've been messing around with this, just kind of test fitting, seeing what all I need to do, kind of making a mental list. I may not have engine mounts, but I do have a functioning gas pedal. Like that's important right now. But hey, it works. It's motor mount time. Let's go. few hours later and a quick montage, we've got our motor mounts. Yeah. They might not look like motor mounts, but they're really just an adapter plate to adapt the Toyota motor mounts to where the Ram 50 motor mounts go. So let's get these bolted in and then finally put the engine in the truck under its own weight. Let's get it. Ow. And bam. They are in, bolted down on both sides. We can now let off the rest of the pressure. Go over here. Take that off. And it is officially in there, all on its own weight. Look at this. Nothing. Nothing holding it in. She ain't going nowhere. Hell yeah. Still got tons of room. I like triple, quadruple checked that I was straight. Look at that, beautiful. And we're all right on, we're at 4 degrees angled back, which is perfect. You want to be in between 3 and 5, so this is perfect. Let's check the transmission. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do a touch more clearancing. Yeah, it's not quite enough yet, but I'm glad I waited until after I got the motor in there to do the rest of that. We're gonna start dealing with the wiring harness. It is time to get all this put in here. But first, of course, we gotta deal with the rest of the wiring that's still in here that we will no longer need. And in order to do that, we gotta come in here and pull this dash out. 3, 2, 1. Jeez. This dash is such a pain in the butt to take out. Let me just say, that was not fun. About an hour and a half later, we got the dash all the way out. We have to work on getting these harnesses right here, and then on the other side, push through, and then removed. We got to get rid of this ECU right here. There's one. Should be able to just pull this the rest of the way though. Not necessarily gently. Okay. Deleted. I have got the interior harness just kind of tossed in here for now. I got to go through and route all this stuff to where it needs to go. But this is where things get a little overwhelming. All right, we've got the wiring harness all tucked up in behind the dash here. Everything's kind of routed to where it needs to go. For the most part, we've got the ECU mounted back here in the factory location. All the harnesses routed nicely. I got to mount that fuse box. But yeah, everything's looking good. The wiring harness sitting in here. We can now cue the montage of getting everything in here in its final resting place. So let's go. Well, the horn works. I don't want to do this anymore. We've got most of the wiring all routed in its kind of final resting spot. I can't really deal with all these and put these in a final spot yet because I need to fab up a battery tray over here, so I'm not too sure how that's gonna play into where all this goes. I found this little burn hole. Something burned through here or was munching or something, but I'm gonna have to fix that. I did, however, get the headlights, the turn signal, and the marker on the driver's side wired in. I figured out which wires are for the horn, got the coil in, you know. For the most part, everything's in here. This is mounted down. This is mounted down. These are ran kind of in the right direction. All of this goes kind of under the intake here and wraps in here, which I am not gonna do just yet because I have to pull this out to paint my motor mount plates. So off camera, me and my dad were grinding away and we fabbed up a transmission cross member for this bad boy. So let me show you what we're working with. Hell yeah. This is what she wrote. It still needs paint, but pretty much what we did is we cut the plate that this sits on off of the Toyota cross member and figured out a way to weld it in to the Ram 50 cross member, so should be fine. It's time to lock in. All right, let's get the starter back in. This transmission brace hooked back up. Fight to get this alternator back into place. Get the transmission speed sensor placed and pushed in all the way. Get the slave cylinder back in. And bolted down. Well, that's the easy stuff out of the way, but there's still a lot to get done on this truck before we can take it out. Like getting a battery put in here. I need to make a battery tray. Figuring out a home for this master cylinder. Man. As well as getting these wipers wired in. And how can I forget about the gas tank? And finishing the interior. And relocating all this power steering stuff over to this side. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. And let's focus on something we can do right now. Like fabbing up a battery tray for this bad boy. And just like that, we have the battery mounted in the truck in our custom homemade battery tray. That doesn't look very good, so I'm not gonna show it too close, but it holds the battery in, so that's all it needs to do. All right, let's get this battery hooked up. Fuck! All right, well, the next thing on our list is getting this radiator in here. Now, this is the radiator out of the Toyota. So to make it fit in the Ram 50, we're gonna need to make a bracket to go from here to here. So let's get on that. All right, let's see if my measurements were correct here. Well, so far so good. Ah, hell yeah. Beautiful. All right, now let's get this rad in here. Ah, it's looking good. And now with the rad bolted in, we can get this fan shroud in. Just get this started real quick. Make sure that it still turns over. Beautiful. And now this thing's looking real proper. And now, after some slight modification, you can hook up the upper rad hose here. Beautiful. There we go. Man, one thing I just noticed here, you see the rad cap there? How when I get nice and aligned here, it might just hit the hood. I don't know, I'm gonna have to test fit the hood and see, but that's kind of looking like it's sticking up too high. Fingers crossed here. That's not a good sign. Oh. So I think chances are it's hitting. And I might have to do some trimming. Man, this engine bay is sure coming along. It's looking real proper now. But there's one more surprise I have before the end of the video. That's this cheapo eBay special cold air intake right here. Let's get her on. That doesn't really fit very good in here, does it? I don't got a lot of room to make this work. There we go. Bam. Good enough. We got, got a finished engine bay right here. Oh. Oh, hey. What are you guys doing here? I've just been wiring. Oh, now watching me twist a bunch of wires together makes for a pretty boring video. So I've been doing it all off camera, and it's taken quite a lot longer than I thought it was going to. But hey, I got the horn to work. Man, that's loud. But anyways, we're at the point now where we've got most of the wiring done that we'll need to actually get this thing to start. So let's go tackle the gas tank so that we can actually get this thing some fuel. This is the gas tank that I ripped out of the Toyota, and it's got all of the electric fuel pump, sending unit, all that stuff. That's going to work well with the Toyota harness. So we're going to try and adapt this bad boy up underneath the Ram 50 here. I don't know if it's going to work. This was originally for the passenger side of the truck, so I'm thinking just flip her 180, slap her underneath here, and go from there. So let's get this thing up in the air. Oh, there's a wheel chalk. Well, hello. We gotta get rid of this old gas tank. Flashbang. Let's get this out from under here. Oh. Okay. That was a lot more controlled than I was expecting. One down. Oh yeah, see what I'm seeing here? This might just work. The Toyota tank looks a little fatter, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to cause any issues. I think this might just work. All right, we got the gas tank just kind of sitting up here for now. It looks like it'll work in this spot. I'm just gonna have to make a couple brackets to adapt it to the factory gas tank mounts. But I'm in need of some motivation. So we've got the fuel lines hooked up there and the pump wired in. And in theory, I should be able to turn the key and it should start. Oh, something. Hey, it turns over. I'm not hearing any fuel pump though. No, I don't think we're getting any fuel pump. I've just spent the last like 3 hours chasing electrical issues, trying to figure out why this fuel pump isn't getting any power. So there's a diagnostic port right here. Oh, yuck. That's gross. I think that's all grease, but still gross. Anyway, this here, if I jump a couple of these connectors, will allow me to bypass this relay right down here, which I'm thinking is the issue. All right, we've got those leads jumped. Let's see what happens now. See if we get any fuel. Oh, I hear the fuel pump. Yeah, I hear the fuel pump. It's pumping. Still nothing. I guess we might as well work on getting the gas tank bolted in properly. Because I'd really like to get this thing running, or at least hear it run. Just want to hear it run. Give me some motivation. And honestly, I don't think there's enough gas in the gas tank for the fuel pump to pick any of it up when I jump that little test connector there. And it should run if I jump that test connector and there's enough gas in it. But I do not want to put any more gas in there until it is up and in its final resting place, because that's just going to make putting it there a whole lot harder. So let's get on that. Well, there we go. It is done. Finally. Took forever, but it's done. Oh, excuse the light, but we have our bracket in the back right there. Bracket in the front right there. All of our lines are ran nice and tidy up there. Wiring harness is ran into the cab. So we should be good now to throw some gas in it, put it on the ground, and see if it starts. Let's see if this leaks. Uh-oh. It's leaking. It's leaking. Damn it. Okay, leak is filled. Let's get the rest of this fuel in here. Oh, try this again. So I've disconnected the fuel line in the engine bay for now, just so that we can get the fuel pump pumping, flush out the lines, and make sure that it's pumping. So let's turn the key and hope that this fuel pump does the pumpage. All right. Oh, shit. Yep, it's doing it. Fuck. Okay, well, that didn't really go as planned. That more just got gas everywhere. Did not go in the bucket, but... Alrighty, this is the moment of truth. Oh, one thing after the other! It's pissing fuel down here. God damn it! Let me show you what I'm working with. So it's something. So there's a nice puddle of fuel on the ground. As you can tell, it's leaking. Of course, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it just piss fuel everywhere? Why not? Okay, well, I'm going to calmly fix this issue, and then I'll pick up the camera when it's fixed. Or I might light this truck on fire. Okay, second crisis averted. Tighten the loose hose clamp. Let's try this again. Please, no more bullshit. Please. I beg. Yeah! Let's go! Well, I cannot be happier. I cannot be happier. That makes my day. Makes my month. My whole year. This is amazing. I have never done anything like this before. No engine swaps, no nothing. It's my first time doing anything like this, and it works. It runs. Ah, I'm so excited. Let's hear it one more time, shall we? I'm gonna sit in it this time. Feel it come to life. God, that open header is real loud. Jeez. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And today is a sad day. It's the end of an era. What the hell? We are moving the Ram 50, as you can see. We're moving it to the shop. All right, this is what we're looking at. We just got her off of the trailer here. Look at that, truck going. Had to jack the back up and hold it up so that it wouldn't smack the back of the trailer. But would appear as though we have ran out of room. Clearly. It's not hitting yet though. So we're gonna have to maneuver this around. And maneuvered around, we have done. This thing is hard parked in the garage, basically perpendicular to the way it should be, but that's okay, it fits, it'll work. It's good enough for now. Now, I haven't worked on this thing in about 2 months since I got it running in the last video on the Ram 50. The only thing I've done is I got the hood to close. It's latched. It's good to go now, which is awesome. I just had to adjust the latch. Ain't no thing. I still have to mount this coolant overflow bracket, make a little bracket for the power steering. A couple other things, windshield washer fluid, whatever, but it's, for the most part, doing pretty good. The interior is still just as stripped as it was before. Still wires everywhere. The box is still full of junk. But I don't know, I've been kind of thinking maybe I start up in here. Seeing as the engine bay is pretty much done, we might as well start tackling the interior. So the first thing we're gonna do, right over there. This is the Toyota harness, and this is the Ram 50 harness. Now these are all the fuel pump wiring. That's fine. This is all for the brake lights and whatnot. So we're gonna splice into this, figure out what does what for these wires and these wires, and we're gonna try and make some brake lights work. Let me do that. All right, we got all these wires wired in now. I've already mixed up a couple of them and had to resolder them, but it's fine. So if we come over here, get some power going, and come back here, we should see, yes, we got power running to the right spot in the harness. But when I plug the taillights in, nothing happens. Honestly, I'm thinking these prongs are all dirty, and maybe it's not grounding properly. So I'm gonna clean everything up back here and then retest. Well, I was messing around with these taillights, figured out that this ground was broken, so I twisted it back together and just fiddled around with the light bulb, but now we have brake lights. Hell yeah. That's getting pretty hot. The other one, the other side, the bulb's burnt out, so it's not going to work, obviously, but we got progress. Hell yeah. Now that we've seen some life out of the tail lights with the brake lights working, I can come in here and finalize the ground because it's just an alligator clip, and then we can move on to something else. And that something else is the headlights. So over here, this big mess of wires, we got our low beam headlights and then our high beam headlights all wired in. We're still figuring it out. Have not got the daytime running lights going yet, but we're working on that. But I think we're gonna move to getting the turn signals working, so then it'll eliminate some of the wires that are hanging out here. Also gotta wire these in so it's not a whole mess of alligator clips, but I mean, headlights. That's pretty cool. Well, it's a new day and it's time for an update. We got all this wiring all figured out, finished up. Now everything on these switches works just as intended. It's all tucked up, it's all soldered, good to go. The only thing that was broken in this little switch here was the washer pump switch. It was working last night when we finished this up, and then this morning when I came in here to test everything for video, this was throwing everything off, so then I had to spend a whole bunch of time figuring out what it was doing. It doesn't matter. Anyways, this will be wired into a switch. We got our running lights with our markers. We got low beams, high beams. We got wipers. Hell yeah. That's about it. I mean, all the backlights work too, turn signals, but now we are tackling the thing that I've been dreading the most, which is the cluster. Oh, the cluster. This is the Ram 50 cluster. We have to use that because my stupid ass gave away the cluster out of the Toyota. Plus, I mean, it's a different size. It wouldn't fit in the dash nice anyways. So, of course, I have to make my life more difficult. But if we come in here, I've got a few of these things labeled. We got the high beam light, you know, the left turn signal light, the dash lights, right turn signal, a little bit of something in there. And then on this thing's nice because at the back, you know, you got all these green lines you can follow. So most of these are all labeled and kind of figured out. All right, progress report on the cluster. We actually got this thing pretty much banged out. So if I turn the key on, as you can see, we got the volts going. Hell yeah. The gas gauge is slowly but surely making its way up. Speedometers, drive-by-wire, so that'll work. I did see the oil pressure gauge work. We've got our turn signals and our high beam light. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on is the tach and the coolant temperature gauge, because of course this thing won't start now, and I kind of need it running to see if those work. But you know what? Made out pretty good. Shout out to driveline specialists in Calgary, Alberta for hooking it up with the drive shaft. They cooked on this thing. It's awesome, runs good. The first thing we had to do to get this thing going was get this clutch master cylinder in here. Shout out to my dad, he was big help on this one. He pretty much did the whole thing while I was working. But without him, I don't think I could have figured it out. But we ended up welding an extension onto the clutch pedal, drilled a hole in the back, and there's the push rod. And yeah, works pretty good. We also replaced the brake master cylinder and went through all the brakes, and about half of them work. Got the coil mounted in a little better. We rerouted the fuel lines so that they weren't coming up over here and back down. Mounted this washer bottle in there. Yeah, just kind of finished up a lot of stuff. And we deleted the EGR, get rid of all that garbage. Next was time for the exhaust. We fabricated a full custom exhaust system from the collector right up on the headers all the way back to the exhaust tip at the back. Just don't look too close. And here's what she sounds like. Really? Run, damn it. Well, this is just embarrassing. Pretty quiet at idle. We give her some sauce. Still got some good part to her. We got brake parts. Let's go. Now these brakes are some certified new used brakes. These things I think work. I mean they worked on the truck that we took them off of, so you know, that's something to go off of. These actually came off of my buddy CJ's old truck that my other buddy Calvin bought off of him, and it's actually sitting in his backyard. So we're parting it out for this truck. We're gonna throw these on, see if that helps with our braking situation. So let's get to it. Oh, I just fucking kneed myself on that good. Oh no. These joints are stuck on there. I'm using a line wrench. That's just a basic ass 10 mil. Don't do that at home. Ah, there we go. Now once I get this brake line off, I'm gonna have to be quick with this so I don't dump brake fluid all over the place. Okay, old one off, new one in the right area. Get her started so she stops pissing. Oh, it's not starting. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is stressful. Oh, I'm absolutely pissing the fluid out. There we go. Oh, we got her started. Oh, so much brake fluid lost. All right, let's put it back together. One. And short one. Bam. Spins freely now. Now I figure since the truck's up on the jacks and, you know, we're working over here anyway, how about we swap some lowering springs onto her so we get some stance going? Ooh, that is a loaded gun. Nice. Aha. Here's our height comparison, the old one compared to the new one. Well, new used. I'm pretty sure it's just one coil cut off there, but lowers it enough, it'll work. All right, time for reassembly. Bam. Put back together, all lowered up, ready to go. Time for the other side. I figure since we got both sides of the front lowered and we're in the mood of lowering things, why don't we head back over here and completely ignore this massive oil leak coming out of the pinion of the diff and install these Beltec lowering blocks. Yeah. There we go. Uh-oh. Get the hammer. It's lifting the whole truck. Oh, there goes one. Ow! Oh, there goes two. Oh, oh. There we go. Now while we're under here, we got to get rid of these brackets that used to hold some rubber bushing or something. I don't know. Oh. Yes, look at that thing. Smoking hot. All right, let's get this back end on the ground so we can give these U-bolts a final torque down. And then let's put the rest of the truck on the ground and see how she looks. Let's go. Uh-oh. A small problem. The jack is hitting the garage door. Let's open that. Oh, okay, we're good. Oh. Okay, put her the rest of the way on the ground. We're hitting the jack. God, this looks good. Front wheels back on. Okay, let's get this on the ground. I'm so excited. I've been waiting like a year to lower this truck. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Since we're doing fun mods, don't need that stock steering wheel anymore. Come check this out. We got a nice NRG aftermarket steering wheel and short hub on here. I hate stock steering wheels from the late 80s, early 90s. Oh, yes. Yes. Looks so good. Oh, let's put the front end back together. Let's clean this up, put the grill back on. The lights, whatnot. See how she looks. Woohoo! Alright, I painted the marker lights and threw in some clear turn signals. Check this thing out. Oh yeah. This is exactly what I wanted. This is awesome. I'm so excited to drive this. Now let's get in here, clean this out, put the dash back in. All right, we got the dash cleaned up and all the wiring cut out of the back that we're not gonna need, so let's test fit it in here. Hell yeah, there we go. We were just messing around with the ignition here and we managed to tuck it up in the factory location. Look at that. Isn't that slick, eh? Whoa. Oh, perfect. Here's my ghetto ass POV shot. Oh, we lost the shift knob. Oh, we shifted too high. There we go. Hell yeah! Woo! We're almost at 100. Yeah! My tack isn't working for some reason. Gotta figure that out. This thing rides not bad though. This is crazy. crazy. I'm staring right at the sun. That was silly, but I've finally driven this truck for the first time in a full year since I bought it, and I could not be happier. I am so excited. Let's go. Let's go! Stay tuned for more Ram 50 content. Thank you if you watched all the way to the end of the video. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, follow, do all the cool things. See you later.